Alright guys, in this video we are going to be talking about how Season 6 is going to change Frostborn. I think it is going to make Frostborn so much better, and I'm curious. I'm going to get some other people's opinion on it, see if we can kind of theorize how this update is going to change the game. I think it's going to really help the devs, as far as going to help the game get more downloads. Because of Google's algorithms, which I'm going to explain a little bit more about how Google works. I think it's going to help players that basically make Frostborn play the way it should play. And I think it's going to be really infuriating for some people, but it's going to be really fun for others. And we're going to talk about that. And okay, so we got the whole team on. So I got my team from NA on here. Obviously, I'm playing in the OBT, so I can't play with the guys, but I'm going to talk to them about some of the things about this update that I think are going to really change the dynamics of the game. The first one that's kind of a throwaway. It's not the main one. I don't want to get into the main thing that I think is going to really change this game yet. The first one is this interesting line of having basically 3 different lines of season. Like basically you got the season, and then you've got these 2 side things where you can get a full set of the best gear for that class and some of the best weapons for that class. That I think that's kind of cool. There's no pay to win aspect. Obviously you can buy it, but there's no premium version. It's not that hard to do. Everyone that does it gets a full chaser set and a full magician set if you do both. Some Loki's runes, some pretty good stuff. What is y'all's opinion on that?
Chaser and magician this season 2?
Yeah. So okay,
wow.
I need to show you guys this because it's pretty crazy. Basically, the season itself is going to require about an hour of solo play with decent gear. A team with crappy gear, it's about an hour to get the points you need to get just the season, and then another half hour can get you both of the other lines. Or you could just skip the season and say, screw the season, it's not worth it, I don't want the class. And you could just do a half an hour of grinding a day, and you could finish both side quests, which will get you a full chaser set. I'm going to show you what it gets you.
So there's no premium line, so everybody gets all the rewards.
No, sorry. In the season, there is still a premium line.
Oh, okay.
But on these 2 side quests that has a chaser set and a magician set, there is no premium. Everyone gets it.
You know, that's weird because we were just talking about if they were ever going to bring back the chaser sets or the magician, and we were like, yeah, because they already got the best armor for every set, or for every class, heavy, medium, light. Yeah. So we figured that this next season would just be like adding chaser back in there, maybe another set. Yep. But then they added legendary armor, which is cool. So that's cool that they're also throwing that armor plus the legendary.
Yeah. So basically what they've got going for you is 350 points is how much you can do each day towards the main quest. It takes 17 days to get everything you need to finish the season and get the class. So that's basically you're going to have to grind anywhere between 17 to 40 hours of grinding to get, about an hour to 2.5 a day, depending on your situation. If you're a team, it's going to be way easier. If you've got good gear, it's going to be way easier.
If you're a team, does every one of that team get the points, or do you have to do it separately?
I believe so. Basically, there's not, like, for example, in Odin's, everyone gets 1 point. So unless they make it to where you have to get the kill, but it would be stupid for them to do that. It would just be so infuriating because the thing is they made it to where there's exactly enough. You have to clear all of the Sanctum to get enough points to finish the Sanctum urns. So if they made it to where you had to fight with your teammates, it would just they decompose the next day. So it seems perfectly set up to where you need to play with your team. Otherwise, everyone's just going to go solo. It's going to ruin the whole season. But I don't think that's what the case is. So this is here's the season. You get season points from here, and It's pretty crappy until later on, and once you get going, then it gets pretty good. Basically, you've got the legendary armor
50
at
wow.
50. Honestly, if you don't like grinding, then I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try to go for this season on the main quest. If you don't like doing a lot of grinding. But if you don't mind doing grinding, which it's not intense grinding, like the stuff that we do as a family in zones, as long as we just have our urns on us. And there's one other thing that I want to talk about towards the end of this video, or the second half of this video. We're going to get all the points we need. Okay. So if you like being active, you're going to be fine. But getting this requires, 17 to 40 hours of grinding. If you don't want to commit to that, then I would just say abandon this altogether. Save your money. Don't buy premium. Rather, go to these guys. Okay? You can just buy it if you want, but it's actually not that hard. It's really not that hard to finish these guys' quests out. You can do 75 a day, so it's like roughly 17 days. And you get a full chaser set.
Did you say the class is in the premium side, not the free-to-play side?
Class is in the free-to-play side, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying it's
side.
not worth it if you don't want to grind. You're gonna have to be doing 1 to 2.5 hours a day of grinding to finish this season in the 17 days. I don't know how many days are gonna be in the season, but you're gonna have to do 17 to 40 hours of grind to get that class. But here, we're talking about, actually I say that 17 to 48 hours actually includes all three. So let's say this is going to be 13 to 30 hours to finish the season. But in 9 hours of grinding, you could complete this and this set right here. So you can see that this set gives you, a mage set. It gives you some Dispel. It gives you 5 Lokis.
5 Lokis.
I know, right? Some Orichalcum, and it gives you a full Magician set. And it's completely free to play.
And a legendary weapon, too.
Yeah, they suck. They're not really legendary.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, DPS 58.
That is pretty good, though.
I mean, it's look at this. DPS 56. It is literally like they took this same exact weapon and they said, we're going to add 1 point of DPS and call it a legendary.
But you could use it as support staff, so healers can get reduced, cooldowns on their heals, or it could be used as a support staff, correct?
Yeah,
it does say combat and support, so
that's fair.
Could be.
Yeah, no, I'd say that you get some extra heals in there.
But I think the thing that they thought is if you raise the DPS too much on that legendary staff, it couldn't be a support because support staffs are generally, less DPS.
That's fair. The sword and the bow are the ones I'm really the more
that
like.
Don't make sense.
This is worse than the 5-shot. Yeah, it's horrible. It's got 5 extra DPS from the 5-shot, but it only does its splash damage 1 out of 3 shots instead of every shot.
What?
Yeah, so I think it's worse than the 5-shot. But here's the thing: forget about the weapon. You get a full chaser set, and you get 24 runes.
The shards.
No.
Or no, they're runes.
No, they're rune bags.
Okay,
you see that?
That's pretty OP. I like that.
And it's completely free. This is like maybe 4 hours worth of work.
But let's say it's not enough because we don't want them to lower that. So let's be like,
oh yeah,
man,
that's
only
fair.
24. This
is
good,
horrible.
Man.
Well, okay, actually, I personally do feel like it is crap because for a free-to-play player, anyone who's desperate for runes, there's so many classes. You can't be like you guys that have lots of level 4 classes. You're really focused on 1 or 2 classes, and you're gonna get 1 or 2 runes. Like all of these runes are gonna give you 1 or 2 runes for that class you're looking for.
Yeah, and that's if you're lucky. For real.
That's if you're lucky.
You could pull all 24 and not get 1 single for the class you want.
I almost feel like it gives you more runes for the classes you don't play.
Yeah.
So you could get the runes that you want in the store for the classes.
So for me, the bigger thing is that compared to the season, the Chaser set is, this is sweet. It's like a really sweet gift from the devs to do that.
That is pretty cool.
And then the 5 Lokis, the Magician set. Now they don't have any of the extra Guardian armor. And honestly, they made the premium. So if you're gonna buy premium, they made the premium really good. I mean, it's not quite as good as those other side quests, but you can see it's like purple all the way. The Nord bombs, like you've got some really good stuff in here.
What's the new legendary sword there that I saw in the bottom?
Man, this is another one that I just feel like is really lame. So y'all see here, we've got 52 DPS, which compared to the axe is like, which has like almost 80 DPS. It's got a 42 damage hit. So it's not, and then it's got an extra 15% of the time it deals 10% extra damage.
Yeah, these are like not so legendary weapons.
Or 10% of the target's current health. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still bad. 10% of the target's health, 15% of the time. I guess if they had 300 health. No, that's only 30 extra damage.
But is it true damage? That damage of that is actually,
I mean, if it is true damage, that would definitely make it.
Yeah,
better.
that would be ridiculous. But I mean, I doubt
it's called a crushing blow, so it should be true damage for real.
That'd be cool, but again, it's current health, so it's not like you're gonna finish someone off if they've got 10 health left. You would, like it.
Well, it's like the weaker they get, the weaker the sword gets too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, true.
So
the later out of the fight, that's when you start.
Finally get that 15% proc. And
yeah.
It's like 2 HP. You're like, what?
Well, have y'all seen me get a pearl yet?
Oh,
okay.
I was gonna watch. Actually, I need to watch that, man. I was.
So what did you say that legendary bow, the DPS was on that legendary bow?
56. What? 56 DPS.
56. So the bow itself has more DPS than the fire bow, but you're not including that burn damage. It's got, I don't know. I'm sure it could be all right because it's more DPS than the fire bow, and then you get your added,
Here's the thing: they're definitely purple weapons. Like,
yeah.
My issue is that they call them legendary, and they're more purple. Yeah. But you did kind of convince me that the staff could be considered a legendary.
Well, it would be ridiculous if that was a support staff that had high damage, and it reduces the cooldown.
Yeah,
too.
no, that's fair.
Imagine a sorcerer with that staff, laying that ring or debuffing the other team on top of doing all that extra damage because he's a sorcerer.
Yeah. No, that's you convinced me. That one I think is worthy of being legendary. The other two I think are not. But we'll see how it pans out. Okay, so I just wanted to check that again. The yellow zone does not have any pearls in the winter zone. But I'm going to show you I'm going to talk about the winter zone at the very end, okay? So I'm going to go in here to the red zone, Desperate Foothills, which, okay, if you guys you guys need to watch my update video because basically the devs have revealed what you guys and us, what we had already noticed, that Desperate Foothills is where you have PvP. Like, they basically said, you got to go kill people in Desperate Foothills. It's the only place. And I think they're revealing that their intention is to make that a zone where you're less likely to run into the bots. You're more likely to match. I think they already set it up that way, which is why we see so much more PvP there.
Yeah, they definitely changed something. We've been saying that for a while now. Because Red Rock's been popping. That looks cool. What is that?
Maybe not
So
solo
this is a pearl, and I'm going to show you how to get it, but I'm going to first kill some of these guys. Come here.
Are you in family or solo right now?
I'm in solo.
Okay.
Are you serious? Should have souped up. Okay, I actually want to switch to a bow. Okay, so getting a pearl is it's in the middle of a PvP zone. Okay, and it's like this. So you hit release, and it's like the
It's like that thing in the district.
That looks really cool.
yeah, and this is in the middle of the zone. Everyone can see Call of Hell there you see in the top left.
Yeah.
Everyone can see that. So if
So
you
if you see someone doing that, you know someone's in there.
you know someone is actively clearing the thing and they're getting a pearl, and if you come and steal it from them, pearls are not personal. You can take the pearl, which is how you get season points.
Now, what about your earn thing? Do you get that back?
Oh,
Earn?
man.
Yeah, what if you die with that?
It's
whatever
personal, so you have to go back into the zone and get it. But
What if the zone resets? Do you lose it? Like, I mean, I guess you would.
I mean, you get it every day. You get another one
Okay.
of each type.
So you can how many times can you do this specific?
No. So I'm not getting a pearl each time. Look at the top left.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
You
so
see
it's
stage
about
5 of 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
So it's not really that bad. Like, if Fire Mates 4, you would have already.
So
completed
again,
this.
I'm going solo right now, and so if I was with a team, this is nothing, right? This is all it is a flag to tell people I'm here, and come to the middle of the zone and kill me.
There's gonna be so much PvP.
There's
It's
gonna be
awesome.
so much PvP. Okay, so that's the first thing we're talking about, or that's the first half of the main thing I wanted to talk about. What do you guys think about them doing this? They're basically creating what the devs have always wanted, lots of PvP in the zones themselves.
If the
if they
matchmaking
wanna get
isn't
away
like
from it
the
or leave
mole
it.
hole, it's gonna be perfect, man. Like, this is gonna be nice, but we need matchmaking. We gotta have people in our zones, right?
Well,
I
isn't
don't
the
wanna see-
matchmaking already good in Desperate Foothills?
Yeah.
Not so much in solos. It's just the family part that.
I
Got
mean,
it.
you still
Solos
still
are
can find
lackluster.
people in solos, just not as much.
Yeah, I mean,
because
every
a lot
once
of
in a
people don't
while.
know about it.
You'll find a lot of nakeds running the rock zones for sure.
Yeah, so if they don't change up the matchmaking, that family zone is gonna be crazy, man. It's
It's
gonna be
good.
so much fun.
It's gonna be
You
so
can
much
go in
fun.
there, you see that, you know there's gonna be at least, you go into a family zone, there's gonna be at least 2 there, or
Yeah.
a full team.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
may
man.
you may go in and see, ooh, they're on stage 5 of 8. We got to rush and we got to find it. We got to go. But then meanwhile, you run and you go in. There's been a team camping under the bush. They've been there since stage 1 of 8, just watching the other team do all the grinding for them. And then they ambush, like,
Oh wow.
it's going to be insane.
So now how
That'd be
many?
crazy.
So what you just did? How many times a day can you do that?
Unlimited.
Oh.
So you just got your pearl, so then the other 3 teammates would get theirs after, right? Or
No.
how would
You only get 1 pearl, but a pearl's worth 40 points. There's other ways to get points, like you can have your earns, and you can be, every time you kill a mob, you're getting, and killing those mobs that I just killed, if I had the zone earns, which I've already turned in, I would have gotten all the points for those, and then I turn those in for 80 points, whatnot. Okay, so that's the first thing. Meanwhile, there's also earns, which I have them, but I haven't been able to kill anyone. There's no one around to kill. Killing 3 people gives me 50 points.
3
And
actual players.
3 actual players or bots. But you have to do it in Desperate Foothills. It's the only place that you can get those kill counts.
Like it.
So, Desperate Foothills, if you thought it was already teaming with PvP, it is going to be packed with people that are desperate to get a kill from someone to get those, those earns. Earns don't lose durability from death. They only learn durability over days. So, you want to turn them in. That's one aspect of this. The crazier thing, though, is this. Did I get on my... y'all know if I got on my Fox or not?
Well, you're kind of flying. Actually, you can check. Go to your bag real quick. Yeah, you're on your Fox. See how it's highlighted?
Okay,
You're on
great.
it.
That's actually really helpful. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Northern Wasteland during the Hellstorm, because when there's not a Hellstorm, this zone's going to be full because these pearls. There we go. They're right there. Okay, so this is where it gets real crazy. So I'm by the campfire, right? Because I don't want... actually, I'm going to put some traps down. Because if anyone were to come in here to try to kill me, they would need to come to the campfire, right? That's the only way to survive in these storms. Even if you've got the ale, you still can't survive the storm without being next to a campfire. So I'm gonna kind of load up all my traps on this campfire. So I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna hit release. You'll see that it's a different color, right? This is a much harder.
Whoa.
And you have to stand. Oh crap. Okay.
Oh, that was lucky.
I dodged it. So you don't have to, yeah. So basically everyone coming into the zone can see that I'm doing stage 2 of 10, and I have to be next to this campfire. So what I've been always wanting, that we would have to have a PvP fight next to campfires during the middle of a storm, is going to start happening, because these points are worth 80. They're worth twice as much as the one.
Harder.
What's that?
Because the mobs are harder.
The mobs are harder, and yeah, and then the zone is harder.
So you can only do this when there is a storm.
No, you can do it when it's not a
okay.
storm, but you can do it when there is a storm. And it's worth so many points that players that are like, we're good enough to fight off any team, they're just
They're gonna be in there.
They're gonna sit in this zone.
So is this the only 2 zones that you can do these at? Is the rock and the northern?
No,
That's it?
you can do it in any zone. You can only get the PvP urn in the red rock.
In the red rock. Oh, there was only like 4 or 5 stages in the rock zone, right?
8 stages. There was 8. Oh crap! I just got hit.
Oh, you just got double slapped.
Yeah, those sorcerers, they hit once and then automatically do their skill.
Now they did make it to where you can kind of walk away, which is nice. Oh, I don't have a healing thing. I'm running out of potion bandies.
Bandies. Do you have any in your box?
What about your handy dandy inbox?
No, don't have any. Nope.
This is gonna be a lot of pee.
So obviously this is going to be a lot easier if I had, if we were here as a team, right?
This would be a lot easier if I just went into a zone and somebody already did it and I killed them for the pearl.
Yeah.
But, if you're here with the team and 4 people are doing the same amount of damage, the bombs don't get harder. If that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that.
You better look in your inbox for some berries or something.
I know. I gotta do something.
Leg meat, anything. So you can step away and just heal.
Yeah.
Just really good.
And that's a nice thing. Obviously, they let you do that because even though you can step away and heal,
Do you have a support staff in there to maybe just switch to healer or something?
Yeah.
Just do this as a healer with a support staff?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what a lot of people's gonna do is they're gonna start that task, set up in a bush, and wait for someone to run up looking for them, and they're gonna have the drop on them.
Oh,
A lot of
yes.
smart gameplay with this.
Yes, you're right. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I was waiting to see an ice path come from the abyss.
Oh, man, you're right. That would have been bad. All right. So, there we go. We finished it. Obviously, that would have gone way faster with the team. And
This is
then...
the point where you would get jumped.
And then this is where the point you would get jumped and you lose those 80 points. Or in this case, 120 because I still have the other one.
Let him lose all the durability. just swoop into the end.
Plus, you
Yeah.
get points from the mobs as you kill them too, right? So it's really more than.
Yeah, you get points if you have the correct urn.
Where'd you
And
get that
so you get the urns from that chick, the bow chick, from one of her little tables once a day.
from? Okay, and you already got one, and you went ahead and turned it.
You
in,
get
correct?
6 urns, yeah, and I've already done my zones. There's zones enemies, there's zones giants, there's sanctum enemies, sanctum giants, which the sanctum giants is the one, or the sanctum enemies and sanctum giants is the one that has showed me that you can do this with the team, because you have to literally clear all of the sanctum to get those urns filled.
Yeah.
And so there's very little leeway. You can like maybe miss 1 giant. So if your teammates kill 2 giants without you, you're screwed for that day. And then you're going to have to deal with some attrition to fill it the next day. Or you just turn it in. What I would actually recommend, just turn it in that day. Unless you have forge keys, then you can do it, you know. But then there's 2 in the zones, 2 in the thing, and then there's 1 for tomb bosses. Basically 2 points for yellow and 3 points for red, and you need 10. And then the last one's killing 3 immortals. So every day, everyone's going to be trying to kill 3 players to get the points that they need for the day.
Yes.
I know, right?
Man, I'm excited.
it's
I
gonna be awesome.
can't wait for this to drop now.
And hopefully, and the nice thing about that too is it's going to be a more consistent thing than portals.
Yes.
You know.
Exactly. You don't have to wait. It's going to be all the time. They're going to be everywhere. Some days you get lucky. You go in, you clear out the zone, you get all the pearls, you get all the stuff, and you never ran into anyone. And you're just like, well, that's fine. We got lucky. But then the next day, it's like this huge fight, and you're coming out, carrying out, everyone's got a purple bag full of purples, leaving the zone.
Throughout the day, you can just go pop into Red Rock Zone and be like, is anybody starting this yet? And if somebody is, just go over there and boom, kill them, leave.
Exactly.
Yeah, even if you got points and you want to find PvP, you can do it that way. Just
Yeah.
you got your points for the day, but you want to go and find some PvP, just go in them zones, see if they're doing that task, and if they are, go in there and fight them.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
A
It's
lot
just-
easier to
it's
scout
shame
zones
that-
now.
They put so much work into portals and then gave up on it, scrapped it.
I don't think
kinda
they
hoping
gave
it's
up on it.
not
I think we're gonna see it again. I think it's gonna come back, and hopefully they'll have the matchmaking finished by
I was
then.
gonna say, I hope they fix it though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll be the new arena.
Yeah. I hope that they fix it, and that they and I hope they add some other type of events that are like it. But it makes sense that Kafir's always been weird about wanting to. They've just been weird about like having permanent content like that. I mean, we all want it, right? We want an arena that's permanent, but they've been kind of weird about it. Like they don't want to give. That's like too much for them to give or something. Not sure why. I don't know if they think we're going to get bored of it, or that the game doesn't have enough players, that it's going to get sparse if they have too many. Which I don't know. Part of the reason why you get more players is when you give good content. Like Life After had so many different things that we were doing, but because it was so dynamic that more and more people kept joining the game.
Maybe
filled
I
it.
think the longer we wait and the more they say no, the more we're going to be excited when they actually release it.
It's possible. Okay, well, I've gotten 1,800 points for today, which is it's the 5 times points right now for the OBT. So I wanted to get my points for the day.
That was pretty quick. I seen that they had the 5 times multiplier for season points. That seemed like it just came out a couple days ago, and they're
It
already
did,
doing 5
yeah.
times
The season says there's only 3 days left. So
Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna come out early next week.
So I'm wondering if they're planning on releasing this update next week, because maybe they just decided. I mean, honestly, I felt like their OBTs have been really long, and this update doesn't have anything new. I mean, it is new. Like it's gonna make Frostborn feel different, but they don't. It's not like the portals where they're like, oh man, we got to fix this bug and this and this. It's like basically they're just utilizing the zone. So as long as they didn't screw up and add new bugs, it should basically just make a better Frostborn for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the update, they just need to tweak some of the weapons. Maybe put a little bit more time and effort into the legendary set, because that's pretty lame.
Yeah.
How they made it, just a basic assassin set and recolored it.
Yeah, the skin of the assassin set confuses me. It actually makes me, and I'm an optimist, right? So I could be totally wrong on this. I've been wrong many times before when I've assumed the best, but I wonder if they were waiting to release the actual skin, not in the OBT, so that we get really excited about it.
I hope that's the case, because this is a super letdown.
Yeah, the skin looks so bad. I'm like, why did you reskin? It's so unlike them, though. You know what I mean? Like, just doesn't strike me as.
I mean, they put so much work into the dragon set, the chaser set.
Exactly.
All these other sets, and then they're like, now the legendary set is just the old set, but a different color. So,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I think that it's gonna look. I think that they've had planned all along. Weren't y'all talking about it being the plate set, the old plate set?
That would have been. I mean, that'd have been cool if they would have taken the old plate set and, just the old set in general, and
I wonder if they.
Plate set was nice.
Yeah, so they could basically make that red, a red legendary version of that, and then everyone would be like, "Sweet, it's awesome and retro."
I mean, do something to where if you're a mage class and you equip that set, it turns to like the mage set but red or something different. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. Like,
it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I would just be surprised if they released it like that. That just doesn't seem like them. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's what I feel like. The announcement I wanted to use you guys and y'all's reaction. But that's what I've been discovering. The more I do this update, the more I realize this is going to create so much PvP in the places that we want to see PvP. And so that's going to frustrate some people that don't have a good family, but it's going to make it's going to be a lot of fun for those that do, and it's going to make a lot of good content. And so I'm pretty excited about it. All right, guys. See you next time.